You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of GHS-TV's award-winning talk show, Crosstalk. I'm your host, Scarlett Simpson. Each week in this time slot, we take a look at different issues, personalities, and events that affect you and our community. The holidays are in full swing, and so is the season of giving. And did you know? Memphians love to give. The city is consistently ranked one of the most charitable cities in the country. Today, we will highlight some of the best holiday charity drives in Memphis and check out how their organizations benefit the city. Our first guest is Mary Susan Asters from Make-A-Wish. Ms. Asters, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Ms. Asters, you are in the middle of your Season of Wishes campaign. Can you talk about what the Mid-South chapter is doing for this?
Yes, so our Season of Wishes campaign, we are set a goal to raise $350,000 to grant wishes to children in the Mid-South, and so we grant wishes of children who are battling a critical illness.
Well, most people have heard of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, but not many know of that it started with a 7-year-old's wish.
It did. It started with 7-year-old Chris, and he had leukemia, and Chris loved police officers. And so a couple of local police officers in Arizona found out about his love of their profession and decided that he needed something really special done, and so he was sworn in, and he was an Arizona State Trooper for the day. And after Chris's wish, it just got so much publicity, and it impacted Chris's life so strongly that this group of people got together and thought that there have to be more children in more hospitals across the country who need wishes and need a special day like this, and that was how Make-A-Wish was developed.
Well, everyone has their own reason for wanting to become a part of this great organization. What was yours, Ms. Asters?
I always knew that I wanted to work in the nonprofit world, and I had a heart for children's charities. And when you look at them, there are so many great ones, but Make-A-Wish is just extra special. You get to see where your funding is going, you get to touch the wishes, you get to see children find out that they're going to get something so exciting and so special, and there's just nothing more magical than letting them have this experience or this gift outside of a hospital room and giving them a chance to be a child again.
Well, a wish is granted through Make-A-Wish every 34 minutes. Can you talk about the process that it takes to grant a child's wish?
I can. So when a child is going to have their wish granted, usually their parents call and refer them. And we love to tell people that we are not medical professionals. We do not decide who gets a wish and who doesn't or anything along those lines. And there is no discrimination in the wish process. So if you get referred, we get your doctor's information. The first thing we do is contact your doctor. And your doctor will say that you're eligible or not eligible. And then we call the parents back and we either say, your child's going to get a wish and here's how we'll start the process. Or if they're not eligible, then we say, congratulations, your child is not a wish kid child. And that's a wonderful group to be in because that means the doctor does not think that your child has a critical illness.
Well, some of the wishes aren't cheap. Ms. Asters, can you talk about your fundraising strategies that you use year after year?
Absolutely. So the average cost of a wish is around $8,000 for our chapter right now. Some wishes are a lot more, some are a lot less, but where our average is around $8,000 to $8,500. And we raise money through all kinds of campaigns. So actually one of our favorite campaigns is Kids for Wish Kids, and that is our school fundraising program. And Germantown High School is actually one of our longest standing partners of our Kids for Wish Kids program. So at the school, y'all have granted a wish every year for the last 10 plus years. So we have our Kids for Wish Kids program. We have 4 or 5 different events that we host each year, and then we have our holiday giving campaign, Season of Wishes.
Well, these wishes help kids forget about their worries, even if it's just for a few hours. Can you talk about the true impact that these wishes have?
Absolutely. So we actually just did a study with some doctors, and it was determined that of the wishes we granted last year, 93% of the doctors came back and said that the wish positively impacted the child's medical rehabilitation. So it gave them a chance to be a child again. It gave them something to hope for. It gave them something to wish for and look forward to. And if their wish hadn't been granted yet, it gave them something to get through one more day of treatment, thinking maybe my wish will be tomorrow or my wish could be coming up, things like that. And then afterwards, they get to go back and tell all their other friends in the hospital, guess what I did or guess what I got. And so the wish process plays into their mentality. And as much as the medical profession is doing amazing things, I mean, the child has to be, mentality plays a huge part into it too. They have to keep fighting. And so Make-A-Wish just tries to do what we can to give them that little extra boost.
Well, this year, the organization is planning a celebration with for 10 years with the Macy's Believe campaign. How are you celebrating?
We are. So we kicked off the Believe campaign. The Memphis Firefighter Association actually came to the Macy's at Wolf Chase, and they delivered the first letters to Santa. So the firefighters made some special stops and picked up some letters to Santa, and then they came and wrote their own letters. So we had a big kickoff for that, and we are hoping to raise a little over $2 million from the Macy's campaign this year.
Well, Ms. Asters, you also have many other events, including the Subaru's Share the Love event. Can you talk about that?
I can. So Subaru is a long-standing partner of Make-A-Wish, and they have 3 chosen charities for their organization, and for each car purchased during a certain time frame, you can choose between those 3 charities, and they give a portion of proceeds back to Make-A-Wish. And we've so far had lots of people in our area who have chosen Make-A-Wish, and as more people are buying cars towards the end of the year, we hope they keep choosing Make-A-Wish.
Well, it seems as if you team up with many well-known companies. How does this help what you're doing?
So that is a huge way for visibility for us. Our corporate partnerships are very important. We have a corporate development manager in our office, and she handles all of these relationships so that they have one contact, one person who is making sure that she stays on top of everything so that they know how to reach. But they're great for visibility. They have a lot of advertising dollars that they can put behind their campaigns, like Macy's and Subaru, and things that a nonprofit just can't spend that kind of money on. So it's great to be able to partner with them to get that visibility.
Can you tell us about a wish that sticks out most in your memory?
Absolutely. My favorite wish that I've ever been to was a little girl named Leone, and she was 4, and Leone wanted to be a princess. And so, of course, we talked to her about who was her favorite princess and about princesses, and did she want to go meet a princess, and she wanted nothing to do with any of that. She wanted to be a princess. She was very clear about that. So she was made into a princess for a day, and she had a princess ball that was thrown for her at Rhodes College in Memphis, and she had a white horse-drawn carriage that picked her up. She had costume changes and hair and makeup and lots of fun jewelry and bright purple lipstick, which is a big deal for a 4-year-old. They had Prince Charming to help escort her there and have the first dance at the ball. So that is a wish I don't think I will ever forget, because it was so simple and it was such the wish of a child, but it was so impactful, and it was absolutely everything she could have ever dreamed it would be. And she got to leave the hospital to be a princess, and that's the best way to leave the hospital.
Well, if someone is watching and wants to donate, how can they do so?
They can go to midsouth.wish.org or call our number at 901-680-9474, and we can take your information towards our Season of Wishes holiday campaign.
Can we expect anything in the future from Make-A-Wish?
We can. We have a big event coming up in February called Wine for Wishes, and then we will have a golf tournament every year. We have our Make-A-Wish Golf Classic coming up in June, and there's always Kids for Wish Kids and lots of stuff happening in between there.
Well, Ms. Asters, thank you so much for being on the show today, and thank you so much for everything you do for the children of America.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate your time.
To donate or get more information about Make-A-Wish, go to wish.org. We have to take a short break. When we return, we will talk about more holiday charity drives in Memphis. Stay with us.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
I think the instrumental music program here at Germantown High School is special because of all the things that we'll do throughout a year. We start the year doing marching band, and very quickly we'll move into concert band. We provide the orchestra for the spring musical. We just have myriad things that we take part in throughout the year.
My favorite part of being in the band is probably all of the different kinds of musics we play.
We have a woodwind ensemble, or a brass, a jazz ensemble.
All those different opportunities create a place for students who excel in different areas. I think that diversity allows us to be one of the most unique programs in the area.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello and welcome back to Crosstalk. The Salvation Army produces a variety of programs that makes parents and children's lives easier throughout the year. Angel Tree, one of their holiday programs, is marking its 32nd anniversary, serving more than 5,000 local children and seniors every year. Joining us now from Angel Tree is Gwen Hooper. Ms. Hooper, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, can you explain Angel Tree for our viewers?
Absolutely. Angel Tree provides an alternative for parents who may not have the means to provide Christmas. Nowadays, we know the pressure is on to provide bigger, better Christmases with more electronics and more toys. And if you're a parent who is struggling to make ends meet, you will sacrifice paying, your necessities, rent, your light bill and things like that to provide for your kids. And so really the program provides relief in that regard by providing presents. This year the program is a little bit different because we intend to walk with the families throughout the year and not only provide them with presents at Christmas time, but also follow up with them to do job training, workshops, as well as financial literacy workshops and things like that. So we're hoping that the program will be more comprehensive than just Christmas gifts.
Well, the program has been around for more than 3 decades. How did it get started?
It was started by the Women's Auxiliary here in Memphis in 1987, and it started with, I believe, just shy of like 300 angels. And they were seeking to provide help for women and children in need, and collected gifts and did a basic toy drive, and then facilitated giving them to the kids before the holidays were over.
Well, Ms. Hooper, is it unique within the Mid-South?
The Angel Tree program is not unique to the Mid-South. It is a Salvation Army program that spans across the country. They're handled individually by each branch of the Salvation Army or each location. So for example, in Nashville, they might do 10,000 angels, or a larger city like Chicago. So it is a signature Salvation Army program, but it is also a signature Salvation Army Memphis program.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you are going to try and spread it out throughout the year. How did you start the decision to start this?
So obviously one of the critical issues that we face in Memphis is poverty, and it's generational poverty. It's grandmothers, throughout the entire family, and kids are raised not exactly aware of what that word means, but it's definitely something that impacts their lives, and it impacts the lives of Memphians. So the effort to walk with the families and provide them more throughout the year, more support, more stability, is a commitment to what the Salvation Army is about, which is long-term care and sustainability. It's great to give you a great Christmas, but we also want you to have a great Easter and a great winter, that sort of thing. So that move came in conjunction with our partnership with the United Way and the commitment to try and really have an impact on poverty.
Can you take us through the process of someone who wants to support an angel?
Sure. We have several ways. If you are on the larger end and a corporate donor, you can sponsor the Angel Tree program for the year, and that helps produce commercials, awareness, provide gifts and the support staff and things like that. On a smaller level, but equally as important, you can adopt an angel. We have forgotten angels, and those are angels that if someone forgets to bring their tag or their bag back, that person won't go without, and those are available at the local malls. And then we also have the adoption process online, where you can adopt a live angel, which means a child that has submitted their Christmas list, and that's pretty much one of the easiest ways to participate in the program and to contribute. Some schools also do toy drives. We had Briarcrest do a bear drive and a toy drive this morning. So there are many ways to participate and to contribute.
Well, Ms. Hooper, you also have another very popular campaign going on right now, the Red Kettle campaign. Can you talk about that?
I think everybody is familiar with the red bell or the bell ringing, and the #1 ways to dodge a bell ringer to put money in the kettle. But kettles are extremely significant to the Salvation Army. They are 20% of our annual budget for the Purdue Center for Women and Children. And we house over 145 children and their mothers on a nightly basis for up to 2 years. And through those programs, they have support, parenting skills and classes and things like that. So the kettles really drive that. And this year our kettle goal is $901,000 with our partner WREG. So we're hoping to meet that so we can really continue to impact the lives of some of our local most vulnerable people.
Why is it so important to have organizations like yours year-round, but also along the holidays?
The holidays are hard for a lot of people. While they are completely joyous and the reason for the season, you know, might be more Christ-centered and things like that, but for someone who is experiencing homelessness, violence, you know, or suffering from addiction, the holidays can really be a significant time to fall by the wayside. And so it is important for the Salvation Army and their commitment to stand in the gap in those instances where the person maybe can't carry themselves. I think the importance throughout the year is that, like I said, our commitment is to long-term stability and working with people so they're not living entire lives, you know, that could be more powerfully impacted or, you know, make them better contributors to society. And I think that ultimately that's what our goal is to, you know, be better servants and to help each other.
What has been some of the biggest problems that you faced as an organization?
So the Salvation Army is one of the oldest organizations in the world, or technically in the United States. It was founded in 1855, and so translating that to a younger generation, that this is not your grandfather's Salvation Army, but we still maintain a certain level of values and beliefs in helping, you know, society and our neighborhoods. So kind of reinventing yourself or staying relevant is always a challenge for an older nonprofit, I think.
Well, how do you give hope to those that you help out through the Salvation Army?
So if you have ever been to a distribution day, or distribution day is when the children and the families come and pick up the gifts, it is the most exciting, thrilling, wild event that you've ever had. So you've got parents and kids and they're really excited, and the joy is tangible.
Well, Ms. Hooper, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
If you would like to donate to Angel Tree or any program at the Salvation Army, visit salvationarmysouth.org. We have to take another break, but when we return, we will wrap out our discussion on holiday charity drives. Stay with us.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Our program here integrates all the disciplines.
Teachers and students have a very close connection with one another, and that's how we work and communicate.
It's completely creative that they get to essentially design their own lessons.
I think it's great to be a part of this program because you get to have a very close relationship with your teachers as well as your peers.
Making art is self-discovery, and the world without art is a world without heart.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello and welcome back to Crosstalk. I'm your host, Scarlett Simpson. Before we wrap up our discussion on holiday charity drives, we will talk with a nonprofit organization called Spreading Sunshine, which benefits families that are impacted by childhood illness. Joining us is the founder of this organization, Abby Saccharin, and Lindsay Satterley, a student member of Links of Love, a club that raises money to support Spreading Sunshine. Ms. Saccharin, Lindsay, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, Ms. Saccharin, can you explain Spreading Sunshine?
Well, what we do is that
yes.
So we send sunshine boxes, which are boxes full of sunshine and happiness to children facing critical illness and disabilities.
What are some of the holiday events that you do?
Well, this year we are serving meals at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital and at the FedEx House of Memphis, and we send sunshine boxes. We always send sunshine boxes.
Well, in full transparency, I am a part of the Links of Love Club here at Germantown with you, Lindsay. And during the first meeting, I was honestly really affected by the stories that were told. Is that something that you do a lot, just to get out the message of how many families feel?
Yes, you know, we try to share those stories because they are inspirational, and to be able to touch the lives of children and of families is an incredible opportunity. Our lives were impacted by a disability when our son was born with Down syndrome, and that was our first experience with the illness or disability. So we wanted a way to give back to others, so that's how Spreading Sunshine began. And so yes, we just give back to children and to families who find themselves in a very difficult place.
Well, Lindsay, why did you decide to bring this to Germantown?
Well, when I saw another school do this, my mother actually she lost her leg in a traumatic accident, and I think if it wasn't for people coming to support us and give us things like sunshine boxes and just a little happiness, you know, here and there, that it really would have, you know, those things really made a difference and made it a lot easier to get through.
So your team does send out sunshine boxes. What all does that include?
Well, we have a list of items that people donate or we purchase to send out to children, and we have different age categories, and people, individuals can sponsor a box, and then we ship the box for them to a child who's facing critical illness.
Well, your reason to start this organization stemmed from a personal experience.
Yeah.
How did you bring your personal experience into becoming an organization?
Well, it was never intentional. It just kind of, happened. We, like I said, my child, David, is 4, and he was born with Down syndrome and a heart defect, and we spent 6 weeks at Le Bonheur, and we had a lot of support, and we wanted to give back, and his nickname is Sunshine. And so when I saw the idea of a sunshine box, I thought, I can do that. I can send sunshine boxes. And then I posted about it on social media, and that was almost 3.5 years ago, and we have shipped, I don't know, probably close to 2,500 boxes all over the world, all 50 states. So never intended to be here, but here we are, and we love serving families.
Well, there are other ways that people can donate besides sunshine boxes.
You can support, like I said, we serve meals at Le Bonheur every month, and in 2018 we're hoping to serve twice a month, and we serve weekly breakfast at the FedEx House. So, and then we also have an online community for our families, so we can continue to support them throughout the year.
Well, as a member of Links of Love, it really feels good to know that I can make a difference. Lindsay, do you feel the same?
Oh yes, for sure. And I think it's very important that kids these days do realize how good that they have it and that they do have the ability to give back. And I think that's the most important thing to remember.
Well, also, you've reached over 15 countries. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, like I said, you know, it's something we never expected. So, you know, we've shipped to China, Sri Lanka, England, Japan, you know, just children. They're all over the world. And so we just, you know, provide those boxes when we can.
Well, Lindsay, there are a lot of different ways that we come up with kind of ideas to raise money for Spreading Sunshine. Can you talk about those?
Yes, well, you know, we were planning on having a change drive, and those are very popular, especially for school fundraisers, as well as having a give back night at, you know, a restaurant of some type. And, you know, there's all types of ideas, and, you know, they're constantly coming up with new ones. So I'm excited for what, you know, the next year we'll do.
Why do you think it's important to have a club like Links of Love at a high school?
Just so people can realize that, you know, there's ways that you can impact the community, even if it is just, you know, being a part of a club and doing something and getting that hands-on and seeing firsthand that, you know, you can make a difference.
And Ms. Saccharin, why do you think it's so important to have a organization like Spreading Sunshine?
I think it's important for a couple of reasons. I think that our story is a little different just because it is so personal. And I think it's a tangible way for people to see that it's easy to make a difference. One person can make a difference in the life of a child, in the life of a family, and it doesn't have to be, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do that, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. But it costs us about $8 to feed a person at the hospital, and just about everybody has $8. So I think it's a tangible way to serve others.
Well, your organization is a nonprofit. What are some of the ways that you raise money?
Well, we do different things. We just came through a 5-box challenge where we challenged people to raise $250, which would send 5 sunshine boxes, and we raised enough to send almost 200 boxes, which was we were really excited about. We do change drives, T-shirts. We just came through Giving Tuesday. You know, just always looking for opportunities.
Well, this is a fairly new organization. What do you see in the future for Spreading Sunshine?
I don't know. Our executive director challenges me to dream big because I never planned to be here. So I'm not really sure. I would like to see branches all over the United States and possibly the world.
And Lindsay, what do you see in the future for the Links of Love Club at Germantown?
I would love to be able to serve a meal at Le Bonheur for the entire hospital. That's something I've really wanted to do. And just to get, you know, at least maybe 10 boxes out to kids.
Where can people go if they'd like to donate?
You can go to spreading-sunshine.org to donate.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Saccharin and Lindsay, for being on the show today and for everything that you do for the kids at Le Bonheur.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
If you would like to get more information about Spreading Sunshine, go to spreading-sunshine.com. I'd like to thank all of my guests for coming on the show and talking about their holiday charity drives. Please give if you can. Remember, Crosstalk can be seen each week at 9:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 a.m. and 12 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Sundays. For more information on our programming, please check us out on the web at GHS-TV.org, where we are streaming live 24 hours a day. You can also check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Scarlett Simpson. From all of us at GHS-TV, thank you for watching Crosstalk, and I hope to see you again.